2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs right at the end of the quarter, and a carry up the middle for Hampton-Dumont Cal for Waddingham near the first down marker. Looks like he had it, so 2 carries for Waddingham on this drive, and enough for the first down there, a 5-yard run for Matt Waddingham out of the backfield. They'll move the chains again, second first down of the drive for Hampton-Dumont Cal, and they're right on the edge of the red zone now at their opposing 23-yard line, and a chance for the Bulldogs to get on the board first here in Forest City. We're just underway in the second quarter with no score between the Bulldogs and the Indians. Now Heron lines up under center for, I believe, the first time tonight. 2 receivers set. Motion out towards the right side. Give to Waddingham. Waddingham stuffed right away for a loss in the backfield. And Forest City read that one like a book. They knew Hampton was going to try to run the ball, and they lose about 2 yards after lining up under center for the first time tonight, which was definitely interesting, Mitch.
Yeah, we didn't see that too much. We've seen a couple times that Clarion Goldfield Dow was more looking to get that run game going, but that time Forest City being able to stuff at the left side of the formation there. Just a great burst of speed from that front three from Forest City.
So here comes the 7th play of the drive. It's 2nd and 13 for the Bulldogs. Opposing 26. It's a reverse run outside with room to go. It's Martson, and Martson pushed out of bounds near the first down marker, and we've seen that reverse now 3 times from the Bulldogs tonight, and there's the most effective run for them on that play, with Martson taking the end around out towards the first down marker. They're going to mark him just shy, 3rd and about 1 coming up after a gain of 12 for Martson on that carry, and a great execution from the Bulldogs on that reverse.
And prior to this drive here for HD Cal, mostly been running plays here. They just had 10 carries for 11 yards, but obviously have eclipsed that already on this drive alone.
3rd and 1 in the red zone for the first time tonight now at the opposing 14-yard line. Heron out of the shotgun. No motion, Shunk into the backfield. Give it to Shunk. Shunk cuts it back towards the middle, and he's not going to have enough for the first down. He's met just at the line of scrimmage there. 4th and 1 coming up, and a decision for Andy Bremer and this coaching staff on what to do here on 4th and short at the opposing 14-yard line.
You just wonder, how much experience do the kickers have here, but it's a 4th and very manageable here. You're not talking 4th and long. It's at the opposing 14-yard line. Might see Coach Bremer maybe take a timeout to see what the defense is aligned in here first, but very slow to get on the field with about 15 seconds on the play clock.
So they're going to line up like they're going to go for it here. Back to the shotgun formation for Heron in the offense. Heron gives it to the back up the left side. It's Miller on the carry, and Miller takes it past the 10-yard line for the first down. Down to the 8, a 7-yard run for Miller. Plenty on that 4th down conversion to get it for Hampton-Dumont, and there will be goal to go now for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the opposing 8-yard line now after that 4th down conversion by Carson Miller.
And we've seen a couple of those sweeps from Miller not work well. He's been stopped in the backfield the previous couple sweeps he had, but a nice conversion there on 4th and 1, and now you get to set up 1st and goal here.
They're going to really spread things out now. 4 receivers set. It's a give to Waddingham up the middle, and Waddingham hit right away. He'll go down for a loss just up the middle there after about negative 2 yards. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 10 now coming up, rather 2nd and goal. The clock ticks under 10 minutes left in the half. Still no score between the Bulldogs and Indians, but the Bulldogs would really love to come away with 6 after this long drive here.
Yeah, and you're not going to get a whole lot of opportunities here in a defensive battle as it seems thus far in the first 14 minutes of this game. But HD Cal, golden opportunity here. Don't want to go backwards on a 1st and goal if you're HD Cal right now.
Waddingham now 5 carries for 18 yards in his first start of the year. It's a reverse out to the right side. Martson is met in the backfield for a loss. This time the Indians were ready for the reverse as Martson is hit for a loss. He goes down after a 2-yard tackle for loss there. It will be 3rd and goal. And a long way to go. 12 yards for Hampton-Dumont Cal to try to get this touchdown conversion here on 3rd down.
Boy, number 77, Andrew Snyder, and 86, Caleb Umba back in there. And HD Cal now a 3rd and goal now from the 13-yard line. Now what you wanted if you're Coach Bremer.
Stick with that spread formation for Heron. Heron looking to the right side to pass. Heron over the middle, has a man in Severs, and it's hit incomplete. Great defense by Drake Bang, the safety, to hit the receiver Severs right as he was going to catch the ball. It falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th and goal from the 13. And we'll see what they decide to do here. And not trusting the field goal unit on 4th and 1, maybe you do so here on 4th and 13.
Yeah, first to go in the 8 and just nothing working in the run game once they got inside the 10-yard line. Forest City stepping up, getting some negative plays there, forcing a pass. It was a nice pocket there for Heron, but just overshot Jordan Sievers, who was running into the end zone.
4th and goal from the 13. They're going to keep the offense on the field. 4 receivers set for Heron. Heron to pass. Heron over the middle for Sievers, and it falls incomplete. Again, Sievers hit right as he's trying to bring in the ball, and it's tough to take a hit like that and hold on to the ball. Sievers is still down on the field. He took a shot trying to catch that ball right near the goal line, and he is lying down injured at the goal line. And a tough break for Hampton-Dumont all around there. Something you never like to see, a player go down injured like that after a tough hit. And Sievers taking a moment now, rolling around on the turf, and he does get up. He's going to jog off the field to the sideline there for Hampton-Dumont Cal. So a good sign as Sievers able to get up at a scary hit as he took a shot on the goal line. And a tough break for the Bulldogs going really far down the field there, and an 11-play drive to come up empty and still see that 0 on the scoreboard here with 8:44 to go in the half. No score between the Bulldogs and Indians here on 104.9 KLMJ and RadioOnTheGo.com. Blaze Glenn to the plate for Morehead City in the top of the 6th inning. Marlins with a 1-0 lead over the Macon Bacon in Game 1 of this 3-game, best of 3, I should say, Pettit Cup Championship Series. And the first pitch low and inside to Blaze Glenn for ball 1. So after today's game, everything else will be taken care of at Big Rock Stadium. An off day tomorrow, Saturday night at 7:05, Game 2 of the series. And the pitch outside to Glenn at 2-0. And if necessary, Game 3 will be played on Sunday at Big Rock Stadium. So no matter what, this is the final game of the year at Luther Williams Field here in Macon. It was a great year for the Macon Bacon. And it's hit in the air to left field by Blaze Glenn, and it'll drop in for a base hit. So it took till the 6th inning, but the Marlins with their first hit of the night, and it comes off the bat of their DH, Blaze Glenn, and gives them a leadoff base runner for the second straight inning.
Well, it took a little longer than you would like if you're Morehead City, but a hit is a hit, and you're up 1-0. And you answer with the Bacon getting a hit, their first hit in the bottom of the 5th. And now you might suspect the bats are going to start picking up as we get later and later in this game. But talking about this is the last game here at Luther Williams Field, but only the second ever playoff game here, obviously in their second year of existence. Game 1, of course, when they hosted the Forest City Owls, and then Game 2 tonight.
Big lead off first for Blaze Glenn. And first pitch to Jack Harris, fouled back for strike 1. Harris 0 for 2 tonight, a guy who has struggled to start this postseason, but with plenty of power in his bat, led the Marlins in homers and RBIs during the regular season. And a guy who you don't want to make a mistake, too. So a look over to first base from left-handed arm Walker Barlow. Barlow coming on to get the final out of the last inning. That officially closes the book on Corey Bartholomew. Went 4 2/3 of no-hit ball. A quick check over to first base to keep Blaze Glenn close. But the problem for Bartholomew, the control getting away from him in this outing. Walked 4 Marlins and hit another. And that ended up being the difference as the Marlins were able to get one of those walks home in Brian Kowalski. Now the 0-1 pitch to Jack Harris, just a bunch below the letters for strike 1.
You mentioned the walks and the hit by pitch from Bartholomew, but also a wild pitch from him as well as Barlow, who's now on the mound. Really the difference. That's the wild pitch from Bartholomew moved Kowalski to third, and the one from Barlow allowed the Marlins to take the 1-0 lead.
0-2 count now on Jack Harris. Blaze Glenn off of first. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. And now a throw over from Barlow to try to keep Glenn close. And remember, Glenn, a guy with very good speed, double-digit steals at Youngstown State during the year. And again this summer, a guy who fits into the mold of a Marlins player. A guy who will put together good at-bats and a threat on the base paths, something that the Marlins have really brought to the table with a lot of their guys this summer. He pitched low and away to Harris, 1-2.
All right, 13 for 14 on stolen base attempts for Blaze Glenn. We talked about the struggles for Jack Harris, and with a bigger size hole on the right side of the infield with the second baseman Yeager playing closer and that double play depth, Harris needs to try to take a step back and not try to do too much and maybe just try to poke this ball the other way against the lefty Barlow.
On a line and into right center field for a base hit. Blaze Glenn, big turnaround second. He takes off for third. McQuillan's throw will go into second base, and it's back-to-back singles for the Marlins to start off the 6th inning. Now runners on the corner with nobody out.
I hate to say I was right, but I was. So Harris waits back, lets the ball get deep, drives it right over the head of Yeager, and great base running. We talked about the speed for Glenn going from first to third, and well, offense is contagious in both when it's bad and now when it's good. The Marlins with back-to-back base hits to open the inning.
So big spot now for Hunter Shepard, a guy the Marlins love to have up at the plate. clutch hitter for the Marlins all postseason, not only this year, but also last postseason. Coming into this game with one ring already on his hand from the 2018 championship team, trying to add another. Glenn at third, Harris at first, nobody out in the top of the sixth. And Barlow's first pitch over for a strike. Throw down to second to try to get Harris. It goes into center field. Glenn scores from third, and the Marlins extend their lead to 2-0 on the throwing error. Nowak just airmailing a throw to center field, nobody covering the bag, and the Marlins execute it perfectly.
Well, this is the first matchup between these two sides, so the Macon Bacon don't know. That is a huge textbook play for the Marlins. In first and third situations with a lot of speed on both sides, they want to take off and make you make a throw down to second, try to score the runner from third. And, well, that's exactly what Morehead City did. And then, obviously being benefited from nobody over at second, the throw goes into center, and the scoring opportunity continues with Harris over at third, nobody out.
So now the infield comes in for the Bacon. Pitch comes in tight on Hunter Shepard. It's 1-1.
Right here for
2-0 the Marlin lead now after that error. And the Marlins trying to take advantage, still with nobody out in the inning, and a runner at third. A chance to really do some damage against the Bacon. Already with a 2-0 lead and trying to add to it. 1-1 misses low to Shepard, 2 balls and a strike.
And you talked about Hunter Shepard and being a veteran on this team, and he might be the clutchest player on this team. And one of his home runs last summer, coming in the championship series in that 2-game sweep for the Marlins against the Thomasville High Point Tie Toms. So he's proven in the biggest stages he's been able to come through.
Swing and a miss from Shepard on the pitch, low and away, now 2-2.
And chasing that pitch there is not the right approach here. Shepard, you got to trust your stuff. Obviously, you want to come up with a base hit, but you got to be productive. You got to loft this one out to the outfield and give your pitching staff that extra run of insurance.
Infield still in for the Bacon. And it's grounded back up the middle. Diving stop by Yeager at second, and he throws on the first in time. Harris holds up at third, and an excellent defensive play by the second baseman Yeager to save a run.
Hi everybody, welcome to another Marlin Minute here from Big Rock Stadium. I'm Matt McHugh, joined by outfielder Jordan Schulefand for today's game. Jordan's on a 7-game hitting streak. Jordan, what has been working for you at the plate as of late?
I think I finally got my timing back. I got to play every game at Richmond, and I finally, once I got to the middle of the season, I got to get my timing. But then, I had a couple weeks off and kind of lost my timing a little bit. Had to bunt for a hit a little bit, try and find my way. And then now I finally found my swing again and my timing and learning how to use all parts of the field, which took me about 30 at-bats to do, but I finally did.
Jordan leads the team with 13 stolen bases. How has it been this summer playing on a team that likes to run as much as this team does?
It's honestly been awesome. Coach Fico and Coach Jesse, they have given me the green light pretty much any time I'm on base, and I love that. I love having the ability to run whenever I feel it's appropriate, and I made some dumb mistakes a little bit. It's cost us, but that's just part of the game, being aggressive, and I'm looking forward to trying to get as many bags as I can to help the team win.
And finally, Jordan is set to play football at the University of Richmond this year. How has your training for football helped you with baseball and vice versa?
Well, it's been a difficult, first couple weeks being here, training for football and also playing a game every day. But I'm starting to finally get accustomed to it. I got workouts in the morning, and then I get ready for the game at night. And I'm starting to really find a way to, feel like I'm in form now. And I'm really excited about the next, 3-4 weeks of playing baseball here.
All right. Thank you very much, Jordan. First pitch tonight is at 7:05.
Bienvenidos a una nueva edición de Fast Facts de la NBA. Hoy tengo 3 preguntas claves para vos antes de los playoffs. Número 3. ¿LeBron James va a la postemporada? Los mejores 8 equipos de cada conferencia califican por los playoffs. Ahora LeBron y los Lakers están en la posición 10 y tienen que saltar a 2 equipos para llegar a la postemporada. Hace 13 años que LeBron no se pierde unos playoffs. ¿Pasará este año?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Número 2. ¿Quién es el MVP? LeBron siempre es candidato, pero este año Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, es el líder de los Bucks de Milwaukee, el mejor equipo de la conferencia este. Pero todavía está James Harden, que ganó el premio del año pasado. Número 1. ¿Hay alguien que puede matar a la dinastía de los Warriors? No. Los Warriors son uno de los mejores equipos armados en la historia de la liga. Si los Warriors no ganan el campeonato por tercer año consecutivo, sería la sorpresa más grande de toda la liga. ¿Y qué piensan ustedes? ¿Están de acuerdo conmigo? Raiders training camp is underway in Napa as John Gruden, Jordy Nelson, and other new faces wear the silver and black for the first time. But one big story is who is not here in camp. Star linebacker Khalil Mack holding out for a new contract extension. Talks are ongoing between him and management.
Reggie will be able to update you on his situation. He's been in contact with his representation, and hopefully we get him in here soon because he's an exciting player. He's one of the best in football.
As for the people who were at camp, Pro Bowl receiver Jordy Nelson, who signed a 2-year, $15 million contract in March, wore the Raiders uniform for the first time. Nelson is 33, but that didn't concern folks at Raiders camp.
Yeah, he's wired in. He's you can see why he was a security blanket for Rodgers all those years. But he can still run. He's proven to us he can run. We can line him up anywhere we want, and he can run any route we draw up.
The thing that you hear about that he can't run anymore, that's false. I can tell you, he's one of the fastest skill guys that we have still. He can run, and you see that by his route running. You know, if he can win on underneath routes, that means DBs are scared of what he can do over the top. So, you know, he's still Jordy Nelson, that's for sure.
And of course, all eyes will be on how Carr and Gruden work together all season.
I don't know if anything with him surprises you. You know, I will say this, that he has not changed one bit. You know, since the first time I met him at Gruden's QB camp till first day of actual training camp practice, he is the same person, and that says a lot, that he doesn't change.
Raiders camp will continue here in Napa for the next few weeks as they prepare for their preseason opener against the Lions in Oakland on August 10th. Matt McHugh, KRON 4 News. 3rd and 8 at the 24. Empty back set for Thorson. Now Hanaoka options in. The handoff goes to him. He gets wrapped up at about the 20-yard line. Northwestern either setting up a field goal or considering this 4-down territory, just trying to get some of that. It's going to be 4th and 5 for Northwestern here at the Notre Dame 20-yard line.
I was floored by that decision because almost every time that you see Chad Hanaoka come in, you know what kind of play it's going to be. He's really good in pass block, especially for a guy his size and for a guy that's barely played to this point in his career. But that time he got the handoff to set up something more manageable on 4th down.
4th and 5, the 20-yard line. Hanaoka stays in the backfield. Riley Lees goes in motion for Northwestern. Thorson looking towards Lees, has some pressure, trying to get it to Skowronek, and he hauls it in with one hand. Bennett Skowronek with an incredible catch. He slides down near the 10-yard line. A 4th down conversion for Northwestern at a pivotal moment in this game.
Thorson on his back foot with heat right into his face as the pressure got to him. Off his back foot, and Skowronek makes an absolutely incredible catch, reaching out, pawing it back to himself with his outstretched right hand to move the chains.
First catch of the day for Skowronek. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 13. Screen play for Riley Lees on the left side. He's knocked out of bounds at the 9. 2nd and 6 coming up for Northwestern, but that Skowronek catched him with one hand reaching out to catch that. He tips it up and then hauls it in. He was open, but what a play still by Bennett Skowronek.
And then Thorson, to his credit, had to make a pretty good throw because he had a defensive end right in his face, just a second or a split second even from hitting him. But Skowronek made a fantastic catch, one of the best this season.
Isaiah Bowser lined up to Thorson's right in the shotgun set. Superback Cam Green in motion. The handoff goes to Bowser, and he's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere for Bowser to go on that one. 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 8 coming up for Northwestern here.
That Notre Dame front again getting pressure immediately. Green again motioning from the right side to lead block on the left, but a delayed handoff that time. Green got to his target, but all the rest of the targets were able to get through the Northwestern offensive line much too quick. Bowser had no shot.
Hanaoka comes in for Bowser as the 3rd down running back. 3rd and 7 at the 10-yard line. 9 minutes left in this half of football. Notre Dame a 7-0 lead. Northwestern trying to tie things up. Hanaoka in motion. He's now at Thorson's right. Shotgun set. Thorson has a second to pass. Looking towards the end zone, and it's batted away in the end zone. Jalen Elliott, the safety, swatting it away. Cam Green, the intended receiver, in the corner, but a flag comes in that corner of the end zone.
Cam Green, the intended target for Thorson in the corner, tried to loft it up to his big target. It looked like good coverage initially from Elliott, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was pass interference based on where the flag was thrown.
Pass interference called against Notre Dame. So a break for Northwestern once again. And they've had a couple of those today. We mentioned the penalties. Neither team gets penalized much at all. Notre Dame, the 8th fewest penalties in all of college football. But they've had some costly ones today, and that sets up first and goal for the Wildcats.
Already 4th penalty for 33 yards for Notre Dame. We mentioned those 2 on the previous Irish drive, set them back, took them out of field goal range more or less. This one has given Northwestern a golden opportunity.
Wildcats at the 2-yard line. Jumbo set. Handoff to Bowser, makes one man miss, dives for the end zone. The signal comes in, and he's just a bit short of the goal line. Looked like for a second he might have it. He gained about 2 yards, and it's going to set up second and goal just inches away from that goal line.
Going back to that last play for just a quick second, as I do think Bowser was hit just short of the goal line. Looked like by number 40, Drew White, that other backup linebacker that we mentioned. Elliott kind of got his right shoulder pad into Cam Green's left shoulder pad, knocked him to the ground.
Half-yard line for Clayton Thorson and the Wildcat offense. He dives for the goal line. Touchdown, Northwestern. Clayton Thorson on the QB keeper. And the Wildcats now an extra point away from tying this game against Notre Dame in the second quarter.
5th rushing touchdown of the season for QB 18. Lethal on those 1-yard quarterback plunges like we mentioned earlier. We saw him execute from the middle of the field on a play exactly like that, exact same situation. And I want to say, Matt, when you have first and goal from the 2 like that and you can run the same scheme but 2 different plays, that really plays to your advantage as an offense. They ran Thorson directly under center. I thought they were going to QB sneak it from the 2, handed it off, and then that set up for second and goal from the half-yard line and allowed Thorson to sneak it in from there.
Kubander on for the extra point. He sends it through, and we are tied at 7 apiece. Parton wins the tip down to McIntosh, and we are underway in Michigan. Parton hands it off to Lindsey on the right wing. Picked up by Ali Abdur-Rahman. Now dribble handoff from Law to McIntosh. Down low, Parton. He has Law. Corner 3 is up. Rattles out. No good.
It's fantastic offense from Northwestern to start the game. An open look for Vic Law. Can't really be too mad about that.
Abdur-Rahman brings it up the court. Now hands it to Simpson. Simpson started the year as the backup point guard. Has since taken over that starting job and improved significantly from his numbers last year. Now 10 seconds to shoot. Simpson switched on to Parton. Has a wide open 3 for Matthews, which is no good. Lindsey fighting for the board. Tips it to Law. McIntosh going to push across the half-court line. Now has Skelly at the top of the key. To Lindsey, right corner, steps in. His mid-range jumper is good to get things going for the Cats, 2-0.
Great shot from Lindsey there. I think Northwestern definitely a little bit of cause for concern on that first offensive possession, allowing a wide open 3, and that's what this zone can leave you vulnerable to sometimes. Hopefully they can adjust as this game goes on.
18:54 left in the first half, just underway here in Michigan in a 2-0 lead for the Wildcats. Isaiah Livers has it on the left wing, now has Rockman. Back up top to Simpson. Clock ticking down to shoot. Rockman lets it fly, no good. Lindsey again tipping the rebound down. Skelly comes up with it. McIntosh going to push again, trying to keep that tempo moving a bit, but Simpson sticking on his hip the whole time. Now good pick from Parton. McIntosh, some space for the floater. Money, as always, from McIntosh. 4-0 Cats.
He really is just so dominant when he can get into the lane and be able to throw up that floater. A great screen there from Derek Parton to free him.
The McIntosh trademark shot when he has a little space in the key. That floater gets Northwestern going here early. They're 2 for 3 from the field, 2 minutes into the ball game. From the corner, Matthews will let another 3 go. This one is good, and it's 4-3 Northwestern.
Yeah, Matthews not really that much of a three-point shooter, 34% on the year, but if he's open, he can definitely knock it down. And Skelly a little bit late there on the closeout.
If he's knocking those down, it will be a tough game for the Wildcats as Law hits McIntosh in the left corner. Now has Skelly posting up. Simpson on a mismatch. Double team by Wagner with some contact and one. Gavin Skelly fighting through the foul. A chance for a 3-point play.
A fantastic move by Skelly there to the inside, taking advantage of his size. And that's also a heads-up play from McIntosh. Noticing the switch, got Isaiah Livers onto him. Skelly had Xavier Simpson there on him. And was able to take advantage of it, and a great bucket there through the contact.
6-3 the Northwestern lead. Skelly will try to make it 7-3 at the line here. Gavin Skelly has started now 14 games for the Cats this year. He and Aaron Falzone have kind of switched off as the year has gone on at that starting 4 spot. The senior's free throw is good, and it's 7-3 Northwestern.
I'm really impressed so far with the Northwestern offense. They really are running very efficiently and really haven't had a bad look so far, which is something that's very, very exciting against this athletic Michigan team.
Abdur-Rahman takes it up the court this time for the Wolverines. Now Simpson has it at the top of the key. Northwestern putting the pressure on the defensive end as well. Livers trying to dribble past Skelly, then sends it back up top to Simpson with 10 to shoot. Parton comes up to check on him. That's a mismatch as Matthews drives on Lindsey, goes up, now has a wide open Simpson for 3. No good. Vic Law grabs the board. Vic Law is going to push ahead to Lindsey. Takes it up past the half-court line, now gets it back to McIntosh to reset.
Michigan really seems out of sync on offense and has gotten a lot of open looks. A great pass out there from Matthews to Simpson. And then Simpson just threw up a brick off the back rim there. A really, really poor pass.
Ball tipped away there by Matthews. Law has it back, but just 10 seconds to shoot for the Wildcats. Parton sets the pick. Wagner comes up to help. McIntosh sends it down to Parton down low, but Wagner in the passing lane tips it away. And Abdur-Rahman's going to push. Has Matthews on the left wing, guarded by Skelly. And the Northwestern bench thought a double dribble or a carry there, but nothing called. Now Simpson has it on the right wing with 15 to shoot. Simpson, as the offense stalls for a bit, tries to get past McIntosh, has switched on to Parton. Livers down low to Wagner. McIntosh guarding him. Wagner goes up from the mid-range. No good. Long rebound grab by McIntosh. McIntosh is going to push. Has the ball in the key. Now on the right wing to Lindsey. 16:09 to go in the first half. 7-3, the Northwestern lead. McIntosh dribble handoff to Lindsey. Now to Skelly. Back up top to Lindsey. Wagner lost his man Parton down low for a bit, then recovers on to Lindsey. Ball goes out of bounds off of Scotty, and that will send us to the under 16 timeout. 15:55 to go in the first half. 7-3, the Northwestern lead.